Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the September Love 2019 pick a card reading. Before we hop into this video, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by Keen. So Keen is an online psychic network to help answer your life questions. Whatever questions that you have, whether it's love, relationships, career, you can browse on Keen online at any time of day to find the psychic that you want to choose, and you can pay for as much time as you want or as little time as you want to get your questions answered. So if you guys are interested in getting a reading from a psychic, Keen is an amazing way to do so. You can use phone, email, or message, which is really convenient because if you don't want to talk to a psychic on the phone, you can just email them a message if you're having a busy day, anything like that, and they will get back to you. One more amazing thing about Keen is you can choose a psychic that fits your budget. They have psychics that range from expensive to less expensive, and you can choose which one you want and how much time you actually want with this psychic. If you only have one question that you want answered, you can have a 5-minute session with a psychic, or if you have 10 questions you want answered, you can have a 30-minute or hour session with a psychic. It is all up to you what fits your budget and what fits your needs. So if you guys are interested in trying out Keen, you can head to trykeen.com/gem where you can get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. So again, that link is trykeen.com/gem where you can get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. And before we hop into this video, I do want to mention my experience using Keen. I have tried them out a couple times and I do really like Keen, although I will mention that you do have to kind of try a couple different psychics usually before you find a psychic that kind of fits you. I did try out a couple and one of them was really accurate for me and one of them was completely inaccurate. So I would suggest browsing through and trying out a couple different ones before deciding what psychic to answer all your questions. So if you guys are interested in trying, that is my advice. I do really enjoy Keen and there are some very talented psychics on there, but again, you just have to try out a couple usually before you find the psychic that probably fits you and your needs. So one last time, if you guys are interested in trying out Keen, you can head to trykeen.com/gem. But without further ado, let's hop right into this tarot reading. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how this works. So this right here is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. So take a moment to find out the pile that you're the most drawn to. The crystals that we have down here is shungite, and then we have titanium oro quartz, then this is citrine, and then this is numite. So again, pause the video if you'd like to find out the pile that you're the most drawn to, and once you're done choosing your pile, you can scroll down to the description box or the comment box to find the timestamped link to your card so you can skip ahead right to your specific reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into this, guys. All right, so if you guys chose pile number 1, this is your reading for love. This is the love prediction for September of 2019. So without further ado, let's hop right into your guys' reading starting now. All right, so pile number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys for your love prediction of 2019 for September. So this is the King of Pentacles, then we have the Chariot, then we have the 7 of Wands, and then the 6 of Swords. So with these two cards right here, I feel like you guys are going to be going through a dilemma. There might be two people that you're interested in, or there might be two directions that you want to go in. You could even be in a relationship right now, but maybe you're being pulled in another direction. Maybe you're having second thoughts. Maybe you're thinking like, oh, I'm moving, or like, you don't fit into my lifestyle about where I'm headed in life, something like this. There's some sort of dilemma. So if you guys are currently in a relationship, it kind of looks like you're going to be rethinking the relationship in September. If you guys are currently single, I feel like you're going to have tons of suitors, especially when we have the 7 of Wands. There's going to be a lot of people that probably want to take you out or asking you questions, or there might be a specific person that's really trying to take you out. And I feel like you're going to be a little bit hesitant, or you're just going to be like, well, I'm not really feeling that, you're not on the same page, things like this. So there's some sort of like two different poles in two different directions, and maybe you kind of are interested in somebody, but it's like also you're headed to a new direction. You're either moving in life or you're headed in such a direction where you don't want to start something serious right now, and it just feels a little bit too hectic. I think you're thinking more about career right now, or you're thinking about your foundation and your life, and you're trying to get your shit together. And you're going to be rethinking a lot of things in the month of September. So even if you're in a relationship or not, it's like you're not going to be focused on love and relationships. Like it might be like a constant theme because there might be somebody that's really, again, like I said, trying to take you out. Or if you're currently in a relationship, that person is going to really want more of your attention, more of your time, but I feel like you're just not going to be on that same page, and you're going to be more focused on yourself, your foundation, your career, and building yourself up. We also have the cards here of codependency, and then we have separation. So with the separation card, if you guys are currently in a relationship, there might be a possibility that you end up letting that relationship go, especially when we also have the Six of Swords right here. There might be a time where you're like, okay, well, I'm just kind of over this, and you're just going to realize that you're headed in a new direction. You might be moving somewhere else, or you just might be changing jobs, or you might be, somehow you are detaching from love and relationships at this time. So I feel like, if you're in a relationship, you might be going through some sort of breakup or some sort of break in general, or some sort of like rethinking some time alone from this person. Maybe it could even be that you're going on a trip and you're not going to see your loved one for a little while during September. Anything around this. And then also with this codependency card, I feel like there's somebody that's really attached to you, especially with the Seven of Wands right here. There's somebody that really wants your attention, that's trying to get your attention, and they just really want you to be happy. And they're trying to fulfill you in every way, but you're just noticing it's not fulfilling you at this time, just because at this moment, love is not what is your main focus. So, but again, somebody is definitely pretty attached to you, wants to take you out, or wants to be with you. We also have the card here of time to go and soulmates. So this time to go card, again, correlates so much with this separation card and the Six of Swords right here, because it's like telling you that it's time to focus more on you. It's time to move on. It's time to go in the direction that your heart is really pulling you in. You might be confused because it might feel like your heart is being pulled in two different directions, but where does your heart want to go most? What do you rethink the most? What do you feel like would fulfill you the most at this time and fulfill your whole life? And I think that honestly, it's with focusing more on yourself, especially with that King of Pentacles. It's time to focus on career, money, where you want to really be, your material world, and where you want to end up. Like, this is your solid foundation of who you are, and it's time to go and focus on that, is what these cards are saying. And I feel like you feel that on a soul level already. And then with this soulmates card, you might also feel like the person that you're currently with, you'll know whether they're your soulmate or not. And if you're feeling like you're pulled onto this new direction to go and head off in this new direction, you might be thinking like, oh, well, this person can come back into my life later. Or you might be thinking like, hey, if I really felt like this person was my soulmate, maybe I wouldn't be in this situation where I feel like focusing more on myself. So you'll have to decipher that for yourself and find out how you feel about that in your own situation, because this is a general reading. So I'm just going to point out all the different options that could be happening here. But with this soulmates card, it's definitely either that, you could get back with this person again in the future, or that, they don't really hold the key to your heart, which is why you're feeling like going off and being a little bit separate from them. We also have the card here of wisdom and abundance. So with this wisdom card, this is like, it's time to go and, again, like I said, build yourself up. With this wisdom card and the King of Pentacles, this is like, it's time to focus on you. I feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom from kind of what you're going through right now, and maybe you also feel like you've outgrown this current person. So if you're in a current relationship, you might feel like you're a little bit past them in life experience and things like that. You might feel like they might still be a little bit too immature. They're kind of stuck in the old ways, and you're now moving forward. And it's not saying that, this person isn't as good as you or anything like that. It's just saying that you two are on different pages right now. And so you might be really feeling that and very aware of that in the month of September. But then with this abundance card, it's like, if you do go off and do your own thing, it's like you're going to find more abundance through that. Through this separation, you're going to find your abundance, especially with that King of Pentacles. It's like you're going to find more career, health, wealth, all that kind of stuff. Anything that you're looking for is going to be found as you move on from this person. This person served their time, or maybe you're single, but you just have a lot of people trying to get at you. But just leaving that behind is going to help you focus on you and find your value, your pretty much everything that you're looking for in life. It's going to help you find your foundation and everything that you want to become. Our last two cards is receptivity and cycles and rhythm. So with the cycles and rhythm card, that makes me almost think that if you guys are in a current relationship, there might be like a constant cycle of you trying to either fix this person or motivate this person. And maybe they're just not on the same page, because maybe you have a lot of dreams in life, especially with that King of Pentacles. It's like you guys have a lot that you want to do and create. Again, with that abundance card, there's a lot that you strive for. And this person that might be in your life is probably not on the same page. They're just happy and comfortable where they're at. And it might be like a cycle that's constantly happening for you guys where you're trying to motivate them and trying to tell them like, hey, this is where I'm going. And you want them to be on that same page. And maybe you'd feel more of that soulmate connection if they were on that page. But I feel like at the moment you guys are feeling like they're just not on the same level. And it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. And with this receptivity, it's like you feel like this person's not headed in the same direction, which makes you feel this separation, which makes you feel like you're headed in a different area. You're headed to a different world. It's like you're being pulled two different ways. One way is with the person that's happy with the way things are at, but you're not happy with the way things are at right now. It's not saying that you're not happy, but it's like you have more dreams and more goals in this world. So I feel like you're aware of this and you're feeling this, and this is why you're feeling kind of this whole energy. And I think that's what you're going to be feeling in the month of September, and that's the main theme that's going to be happening for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2. If you guys chose this pile, this is your September 2019 love reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into this and find out what's going to happen for you guys, starting now. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Three of Cups. With all of this cup energy, the first thing that I want to say is there's definitely going to be some flirting or romance going on in September for you guys. So if you guys are currently in a relationship, I see just things moving forward more, it's going well. There's probably a lot of time where you guys can celebrate with friends or go out, have a good time, while also balancing, work. I feel like it's also, when we have this kind of like more working pentacle card in the middle of all of this, this is like if there was some sort of fallout with somebody, or if there was an argument in a relationship or even a friendship, it's kind of like mending that during the month of September. So you guys are working on things, you're working on your relationship, you're making it stronger, you're making it closer. And if you guys are currently not in a relationship, I definitely see somebody coming in and a possible love blossoming here. But again, if you guys are already in a relationship, you're going to be working on making things better with that person. And it's going to be quite successful as well. Like, it's going in a really good direction right here. And you guys are going out, having a good time, celebrating. There might be something to celebrate in the month of September for you guys, whether that's a friend celebration or a birthday or something. There's some sort of celebrations going on that you guys are going to be taking part of. They're going to be really fun for you guys. And then with that Two of Cups, it's like the bond is definitely growing stronger between you two. If you guys are single though, it's like definitely somebody coming in, somebody that you might meet while out with a group of friends, and this person is definitely going to enter your life. And I feel like there's definitely going to be a mutual attraction between you two, which is awesome, exciting. Also with this card, there's a potential to meet this person at work as well, or at school. So either at work or school or out with friends. I definitely don't see any like online stuff, but you never know these days. Online is a huge thing. So, but I definitely see like this is like a meeting in person. If you guys are currently single and you don't have anybody that you're interested in, I feel like you're going to meet this person while out and about. So, and definitely I feel like they're going to come to you and ask you on a date, or it could be even you asking them out on a date. But then again, if you guys are in a relationship, again, it's just working on things and making them stronger, making the bond stronger, and making things better between you guys. And it's going to be a fun process, even though that might sound like it's like kind of like a chore or a task or something like negative. It's not at all. Like, this is very positive right here. This is like, if you guys ever have an argument, it's like you and that person are both looking at each other like, let's make this better. Like, I don't want to leave you. Let's fix this problem and let's put in the effort and create our relationship deeper and better. Our next card is Make the Effort and then Flirt. So if you guys are single, like I said, there's going to be a lot of flirting in the month of September. There's a lot of romance going on. There's people that are asking you out. I feel like there's one main person though, but there might be multiple people, but I definitely feel like a strong main person here that's coming into your life. And if you guys are currently in a relationship, there's just going to be a lot of like romance, butterflies going on and all this sort of stuff. So with Make the Effort, that correlates a lot with the Eight of Pentacles right here. And this is like making the effort to create a strong bond. And if you guys are not in a relationship, this is kind of like you meet somebody who wants to make the effort to actually have a real relationship. They're not just in it for like a one night type thing. Like this is somebody that wants to build something with you, that wants to build a future with you. And if you guys are currently in a relationship, again, it's making the effort to become stronger, to grow the bond more, to make the effort to move to the next direction and think about the future with you and build like something strong together. We also have the card here of mending and then no place like home. So mending fits in very perfectly with what I was talking about. So if you guys are currently in a relationship, or even this could be somebody coming back in from the past that maybe you had a fallout with, that maybe you're not currently with, but they're coming back in September, and it's going to mend a lot of the past, and things are going to, there's apologies, there's forgiveness, and there's like a deep bond kind of creating here. And if not, this is just, again, repeating kind of what I was talking about, whether you're single or in a relationship where things are just like very forward looking, and it's just like building those strong foundations. Also, the no place like home, I feel like you guys are going to feel very at home with this person. You're going to feel like they just kind of like light you up and make you feel so comfortable. Like this person makes you feel completely comfortable and you feel like you can be yourself around them. And this is all just very, very positive. If you guys pick this pile, like this is all so positive and so great. So congratulations to you guys who chose this pile. Our next cards are communion and patience. So with this communion card, again, you're going to feel very at home with this person. You're going to feel like they fit in with your friend group, especially with that Three of Cups. They fit in with your lifestyle, with the things that you want. Things just like they fit into place. It's like they were the perfect piece to your puzzle type of feeling. And then with this patience card, this kind of correlates a lot with the Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles that we have, because the Pentacles are very slow moving, but they do it correctly. And so with this card, it's like, you guys might be taking it slow, but it's because you're doing it correctly. You're not rushing into it and going in blindly. Like this person wants to make a solid relationship and they don't care if they have to move slow. They just want to do it right with you, which is a really, really positive thing. Then we also have the Mother Earth card right here, and then we have bold. So with Mother Earth, I feel like you guys are you really care for each other, because when you think about that Mother Earth type of energy, this is something that nurtures. And so this is somebody that you can build like a deep love connection with. This is somebody who cares for you, who wants the best for you, who actually looks at your needs and your wants and doesn't just look at desire or passion. This is somebody who looks at it all, takes it all into account. With this bold card, this is like, you're going to feel like a strong connection. Like I feel like the way that you two look at each other, it creates this sort of spark beneath you guys. And there's also going to be some like primal instinct going on, especially when we have this this animal below here. I think this is like some sort of cat or like lion or something like that. So with this, it's like it brings out a little bit of that wild side, but in a very like productive and very very stable kind of manner, instead of just like all crazy. But you guys just have like a very good combination of passion, romance, nurture, care, and love. Like this is kind of like the perfect kind of romance blossoming here. So if you guys are currently in a relationship, things are just going to go very well for you guys. If you're not, I do see somebody coming in that you could potentially have a long-term relationship with. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. All right, so pile number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is your September 2019 love prediction. So without further ado, let's hop right into your piles to see what's gonna happen for you guys this month, starting now. All right, so pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So you have the Strength, the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, and the World. So there's a lot of major arcana cards in here, so this might be a very major month. And I feel like it's one of those energies that you're not going to realize this is a major month until like way down the road. You're gonna look back and realize that this month actually did create some sort of like lasting change for you, or some sort of big like significance, especially with that World card right here. But I feel like during the month, you're going to think that it's just a subtle average month, but you're not going to realize that this does have a big impact until later down the road. With this Strength card and the Lovers, I feel like you know, as you can see, like she's holding the mouth of the lion. So there might be something that you want to say to somebody during the month of September, and you're feeling like you have to hold yourself back in some sort of way, or you're feeling like you have to watch your words, or you're feeling like you have to be more patient and maybe wait before saying something. Maybe you're just thinking like, am I overthinking something, or what? So it might be something like this, or your partner's going through something like that, where it's like maybe you're trying to get them to say something, and they're just giving you small little bits of answers. So if you guys are in a relationship, that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing. If you guys are not in a relationship and you're single, I do see somebody that might come into your life that you might be talking to, but the talking is going to be, I think, a little bit interesting, where you're trying to get more information out of them and they don't feel like they're opening up maybe, or it could even be yourself that's not opening up and you're trying to open up to somebody, but it's just like, it's a bit difficult. But I think the reason why maybe you're not opening up to somebody is because you might feel things deeper than you realize. So that's probably why. And I feel like there's a little bit of maybe fear around fully opening yourself or fully communicating your thoughts or your feelings, because the Lovers does deal with Gemini, which is the sign of like communication. So I think communication's a big theme in the month of September for you guys, where it's like maybe you want to say something, but you're holding yourself back, or you think that now's not the right time and you're trying to wait for the right time. And then we have the Queen of Wands over here, which is like, she's very passionate. She's on fire constantly. She loves expressing her feelings, but she doesn't really express them like super emotionally or deep. She expresses more creativity and passion and things like that. And like, she loves a good romance, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like there's gonna be maybe some fiery tension between you and another person, whether you're in a relationship or single. I feel like there's gonna be a significant person that comes into your life that you might feel attraction towards. But expressing that feeling, you might feel like you want to hold yourself back. But I think this is somehow going to end up being some sort of big lesson, or it could progress into the future. But somehow this is going to be significant to you because there's so many major cards right here, and we're ending on the World. So this is really teaching you something about yourself that you've needed to learn for a long time. And I think this is about opening up and communicating your feelings and not restricting yourself so much. Or it could be about waiting for the right moment and the right time to communicate those feelings. It's like, I think it's a little bit of both, waiting for that right time and then also doing it in a way where you can get your thoughts and feelings across without being so fiery or so like rah. It's like, be calm, patient, and allow yourself to be exposed, because in the World, you know, she just has this little like scarf around her and she's allowing herself to be authentic and exposed. So it's not necessarily talking about being exposed completely like in the nude or whatever, even though it could be alluding to that. It all depends what kind of situation you guys are going through. Again, it's a general reading, so I'm just going to pop up everything that's happening and just kind of figure out where it sits with you and what kind of resonates with you the most. So usually when in tarot, when people are a bit nude, it's just talking about that they're authentic and open about everything. And so you might be hiding yourself, but I feel like the most important lesson here and what this month is going to teach you is how to expose yourself to the right amount, especially because, you know, she still has this scarf on her. She's allowing herself to be real and authentic because you can still see like herself and she's still showing herself, but she's also doing it in a very pleasant kind of way, per se. So it's like she is still, you know, expressing those feelings, but doing it in a calm, nurturing, loving manner, because the strength is like, usually you're trying to tame the beast. Maybe you have a lot to say and it's making you very either angry or passionate in some sort of way. And it's like you want to just roar these feelings, but it's like teaching you that no, you have to do this in a very loving, calm sort of manner while still getting your point across, still being authentic, but doing it in a very nice way. I also have the card here of heart-to-heart conversations. Of course that card comes out. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And so, again, this is talking about authenticity and honesty. And so if you have somebody in your life, whether they're a significant other or they're somebody you've just been talking to, this is about openly discussing your feelings in a very honest manner, but also in a very nurturing, calming, loving type of way. We also have the card here of love yourself first. And so when this card comes up, whether you're in a relationship or you're single, I think the main focus that you need to learn here is to honor yourself, honor your feelings, put yourself first, and don't hold back yourself for another person. It could also be that, you need to care and nurture yourself and not hold any anger inside, not hold any like burning emotion inside. Love yourself enough to allow these feelings to come out in a beautiful manner to the other person, all the above. And then we also have the card here of imagine and then thinker. And so you might be a very deep thinker where you imagine certain scenarios constantly, or you look at the other person's actions and you just imagine that it's leading or alluding to something. And you might be such a deep thinker where you think about all the different scenarios that are happening, and it might build up a lot of emotion for you. It might build up a lot of feelings or even anger or frustration or anything like this. Maybe you have a dream of the person, then all of a sudden you're looking at them and you see them in a completely different light, even though it was just a dream. So this is talking about love yourself first, care for yourself, allow yourself to process these feelings and emotions, and ask yourself, are they really real, or is it just part of my imagination? And then have honest conversations, open heart-to-heart conversations with your significant other or with somebody that's in your life, to find out if what you're thinking is actually real before reacting. So before you let out a bunch of angry emotions, first find out if what's happening is actually real. Then we also have the card here of mercy and then planetary cycles. And so with mercy, this is again talking about if you have any anger or frustration, don't just explode with it. Don't just have it come out and be a whole mess. Have mercy for the other person, have care, do this in a nurturing, loving manner while still being authentic. And think about the other person, know that the other person has feelings, they have reasons for doing what they do, all this kind of stuff. And again, first find out if this is just a thought of yours because of some things going on and you're thinking that a situation is some way when it might not actually be. Have mercy, have heart-to-heart conversations first, and in a loving manner. And then with planetary cycles, there could be like some sort of cycle happening for you guys that might be confusing, or maybe you always end up right here. The world also talks about cycles, but also talks about ending cycles. And so in the month of September, if you guys are currently having like a repetitive cycle with a loved one, or love always turns out the same way for you somehow and you don't know why, with this planetary cycles card, I feel like that's ending, especially when we have the world right there as well. Like the month of September is going to end whatever pattern and cycle has been happening for you constantly. So that's exciting stuff. And I can definitely say that for sure. That cycle is ending in September. And I think that that's what the major thing is that I was talking about earlier at the beginning of this reading, when I was talking about, you're not going to realize why September is such a significant month until later down the road. I think it's because it's ending this current pattern that's been happening for you in your love life. Then we also have infinite supply and compassion. So infinite supply, you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow. So you don't need to worry about, again, this is, I feel like, connecting with the love yourself first card. When you love yourself first, you don't need anybody else. You don't need somebody to act a certain way. You don't need somebody to fulfill your expectations or anything like that. You can get that infinite supply of love inside of yourself first. You can be fulfilled on your own and then enjoy the companionship of another person. Also with this compassion card, I feel like it correlates a lot to this mercy card, where it's like express yourself with compassion, and also maybe tell your significant other or somebody else that's in your life during a heart-to-heart conversation, just allude to the fact that, hey, I want to have conversations with compassion. When we communicate with each other, since we love each other or care for each other, or however deep your feelings are for your partner or for another person in your life, you should always speak with compassion no matter what. And so I think having that heart-to-heart conversation will be really important for you guys in the month of September. And I feel like that's what's going to be coming out for you guys. And that's what I see for you guys for the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 4. If you guys chose this pile, this is your September 2019 love prediction. So without further ado, let's hop right in to this reading to find out what's happening for you during the month of September, starting now. All right, so pile number 4, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we have the Ace of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Fool right here. So I feel like you guys might start off this month with an inspiring idea. There might be somebody in your life at the beginning of this month, especially with that Ace of Cups card. There might be something blossoming. There might be somebody you're interested in. There might be somebody who maybe asks you out on a date, something around this kind of like energy. If you guys are currently in a relationship, it could be that as well, and it's just feeling like good in the beginning of this month. But the Page of Swords is kind of like there might be some interesting communication between you two. The Page of Swords, it's not necessarily productive communication. It's a bit critical, but it's not necessarily super negative either. But usually with the Page of Swords, it can be like bantering with each other, or being a little bit critical over the way that people communicate with you, and it could be very direct to the point. Maybe you're just very, very honest, and it could come across maybe a little bit harsh. And when it's the Five of Cups next, this is like maybe you guys are having this sort of communication because you're still looking at something from the past. You're still hurt from something that's happened to you guys in the past. Because the Five of Cups, it's like he's looking at the 3 cups that are spilled over while he has 2 amazing ones that are upright in the back. So I feel like any new relationship that's happening for you right now, or any current relationship that you guys are in, you guys aren't looking at the positives that are in that. You're looking at something that's happened to you in the past and allowing that hurt to come in and dictate how this new thing is going. Or you might have not forgiven the past with a current partner, and you're not looking at the way that they've maybe changed, and you're still looking at them and criticizing them for something that they've done in the past, or blaming them for something that's happened in the past. Anything around this. Again, it's a general reading, so find out the ways that it kind of correlates to you and find out which way it resonates with you. With the Fool at the end, you might actually decide to, there's 2 different ways that the Fool can go. So we'll have to look at the other cards to find out which way it's going. But with this Fool card at the very end, this could either be you deciding, usually the Fool is a single person. So it could be you deciding to be single because maybe you're just realizing that maybe you just need to have a moment to be single and get over kind of what's happened to you in the past, and realize that you need to heal yourself and be free with that. It also could be letting go of the past, realizing that, oh, if that's what's going on, I just want to completely forget about that and let it go. Because the Fool is kind of like a fresh start, a new beginning. The possibilities are kind of like infinite and endless for you. And it's also kind of going in a little bit blindly. So I would say that with all of what's going on, you might decide at the very end of September to finally let it go and just be like, okay, fresh start. But it's also kind of like he has a little bit of naivety as well. So it's like there's a bit of you that might not be thinking about the entire situation, walking into it a little bit blindly, but also kind of having a little bit of baggage from a previous relationship. Because again, he's holding that little bit of baggage, but it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. But you might notice it coming out during the month of September. You might really have to face it and look at it and realize that you need to heal from this in order to move on. And feel freedom in your new relationships and your new endeavors. Our next card is let go of control issues. So again, kind of what I was saying, you might have a bit of control issues because of a past situation. You might feel like you need to control a current situation. You might feel like with the person that's in your life, or with somebody that might be there, you might feel like you need to control the way that they communicate with you. You might need to control the way that they feel about you. You might get hurt really easily or be on guard really easily. The Page of Swords is kind of like somebody who's on guard, and they're not like super on guard. So it might be something in your subconscious that you're not realizing, that you're standing there like almost waiting for something bad to happen or expecting something bad to happen. But I do see you guys at the very end of the month finally being able to let that go and find a freedom through that. So again, it's kind of like the theme of September is letting go of controlling a situation because of fear from the past, or you're still attached to the past a little bit. Then we also do have the card of pay attention to the red flags. So with something that's happening, maybe you're on guard trying to find red flags constantly, or expecting to see red flags constantly because of a past situation. It also could be telling you that maybe you're on the right track. Maybe this relationship isn't what it's sought out to be. You'll have to first kind of, I think, break down and let go of the past in order to see the current situation for what it is. But I would definitely say that that's kind of the direction that this is headed in, is like as the month progresses, you're going to come to terms and reality to the fact that you might still need to let go of something in the past, or let go of hurt that's still blocking you and keeping you on guard and keeping you wanting to be in control of a situation. As you let that go, I think you'll be able to really decipher whether or not this current situation that you're in is good or bad. And you might come to realize that it's completely fine, and it might have just been your own kind of like ideas from the past that were making it seem like there were red flags. Or you could actually come to realize that those red flags are still there. They're still persistent. So this is kind of like a case-by-case basis, and you guys will have to see how it ends up playing out for yourselves. I'm just going to mention all the different things that I'm seeing here for you guys, and that is kind of the vibes that I'm getting from this deck or this pile. We also have the card Time for a Nap and then Go the Distance. So with Time for a Nap, this is like, you know, you have to take the time to be alone by yourself to really contemplate and think. Whenever I see this card, this is like, pay attention to your dreams as well this month, especially with the moon right here. What are your dreams trying to tell you? And reflect on those, meditate on those. This is a huge meditation card. So if you guys are into meditation, I think meditation could really help you kind of see things for what they really are and see if there is any like red flags to pay attention to, or as well see that you might be a bit too critical at this time, or see like what's really going on. So again, take some time alone to really contemplate the situation. And then with Go the Distance, this is like, either you have to decide, especially when this is coming out by the Fool, these two cards really correlate with each other. This can be like, you know, heading on a new journey. Are you going to go the distance for this person? Are they worth working through this stuff for? Like, I feel like they might trigger you in a certain way that triggers some past hurt. So are you willing to go the distance with this person and kind of forgive the past and move forward with this person? Or is it time to go the distance and finish this? Because we do have the finish line right over here. So are you going to be single, or is this person worth it? You'll have to meditate on that and find out what you guys find. And I feel like during September, you guys will figure out, you guys are going to find the answer that you seek, whether or not that this is a relationship that is worth it or not. We also have the Freedom card and then Balance. And so with the Freedom card, that correlates so much to going the distance, and the Fool card that we have, you might realize that you really want to have your freedom. And also the fact that this comes out right beside the Control card, this is like, allow yourself to be free. Don't ever try to control the situation. You're gonna, I feel like, liberate yourself from that to the point where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna see how this plays out. And you're gonna wait and watch to find out how it plays out. And then you're gonna get your answer from that. But it's only when you stop controlling the situation that I feel like you're gonna really see this person or this relationship for what it is. And you're gonna see the past for what it is as well. And then with this Balance card, this is like finding the happy medium. I feel like currently it's unbalanced, again, for what I was saying about paying attention too much to the past and letting the past kind of dictate what's happening right now. I feel like at the end of the month, this is going to kind of balance it out, and you're going to see things for what they are. We also have the card here of Guardian and Unconditional Love. So with Guardian, again, I feel like you guys are on guard. What I was saying with the Page of Swords right here, this is, again, being on guard, almost waiting for an attack when there might not be somebody that's even coming over there. But it could just be like from the past, you almost expect things to go wrong, or you expect that like either all men are this way or all women are this certain way, and you might just feel like constantly watching and waiting for somebody to make a wrong move when they may or may not. Also with this Unconditional Love, I feel like you have to unconditionally love yourself. Exactly what it says, love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And so have outward love for anything and everything. And I feel like that's what's going to help balance this out. And it's going to help you see whether there's red flags that you want to address or not. So go about the situation with unconditional love for yourself, for other people, for every situation that's happened. Have that unconditional love and let go of the control, allow freedom to be there, and allow that unconditional love to replace that. And I feel like during the month of September, this is what's going to be happening for you guys, and you're going to kind of end on that note. And that's what I see for you guys at the end of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.